guys, welcome back to another episode of Into the West Comics. My name is Frank. I'm here with my tag team partner,
What it do, brother?
the Sun Dog.
What up, man?
What's up, Pumpkin?
Oh, I knew you were gonna squeeze that in somewhere. Pumpkin jokes all day after.
How are you?
I'm good, man. How you doing today?
I'm good. It's probably a little bit quieter because we don't have George Lucas and we don't have a hot dog.
Yeah. We got some other buddies in the studio today.
That's right.
Doing some shoots. Shout outs to Dakota. Shout outs Johnny.
I just want to say real quick to everybody that tuned in last week, we really appreciate you guys taking the time to call in. Some of them were incoherent, but they called in. But the call-ins and comments and everything, we really do appreciate it. We had a good time, and we hope that you guys had a good time watching us make fools out of ourselves.
I think I had fun rewatching it. It was the longest show, but I think we had a lot of fun.
You were here, right?
I was.
Oh, you were in disguise.
No, I was here at some point.
Okay.
I came later.
Okay, gotcha.
I think we have to keep one-ing up these costumes now at this point.
Yeah, we're gonna get a Christmas. We got to get a Christmas or Thanksgiving, a turkey Deadpool.
Ooh, okay. I could figure something out, like a Martha Stewart Deadpool cooking a turkey.
Now, hey, now we're talking.
Now we're talking. What we got for this week, man?
All right, well, we're going to talk about Mandalorian. I mean, we made it a Star Wars episode last week. Our live episode was all about all things Star Wars. So we're going to talk about, we're going to review the first episode of Mandalorian.
Yep.
And then we're going to talk a little bit about some what-if scenarios that could be happening regarding streaming and these different entities, these different comic book properties that could be going in. But they're not going to be movies in theaters, but they're going to be movies in some other capacity if they're streaming.
Yeah.
And then we're going to talk about some stuff going on in the news, and then we're going to we're going to do another giveaway.
Yeah, I was going to mention the one we have today. I'm so stoked on the cover. I'm a little jealous.
I get you one.
Please do.
I got a guy.
I'm sure you do.
And then we're going to talk about our brother Rob and I made a purchase. There might not be any Christmas things going around this year because Christmas came early. Christmas to myself. We'll talk a little bit about that at the end. And we wanted to let you guys know now that we are planning to do another live show.
Yeah.
We're going to have another live show 2 weeks from tonight.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if it's going to be Star Wars themed, but we're going to have some theme that we're going to tie into it.
For sure.
But we'll give Sonny time to get a turkey costume or something.
Martha Stewart Deadpool, man. I'm calling it now.
Deadpool. Okay. I'm ready. I'll be the turkey.
That works out.
Or jack-o'-lantern. All right. So, real quick.
Yeah.
I want to get your reaction for Mandalorian. How many times did you watch the season premiere of Mandalorian?
2.5. I started it again in the morning. I watched it on my living room TV because I have the 4K, and the fight with the Crate Dragon was insane. They upped the CG in this episode, I guess in this season, by a lot. I think we're getting a little less of Baby Yoda so far. He was just kind of for some
cuteness,
cute comedic relief, you know. I think as an episode though, this was a great way to start the season.
I enjoyed it. I mean, I think if you were watching the first season premiere,
mm-hmm.
you went into that right away in the first 10 minutes. You felt like it was a Western.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, and this had a different vibe, even though there was still some Westerny some Westerny vibes to it, but it definitely felt different. It felt much bigger. Obviously, the budget is bigger.
For sure.
Like you had mentioned that the CGI, they upped their game there. I like the Marshal.
I was going to say, so what'd you feel about the whole, when the doors open and you see the armor, did you immediately think?
I thought it was like an anorexic Boba Fett.
It was like a cosplay version of Boba Fett.
It was a Boba Fett that hadn't eaten.
It was really, honestly, when I saw it, I thought there was going to be some type of reveal. And then when he takes off the helmet and Mando stops in his tracks.
Right away.
You automatically know he's not legit.
No, you know that. And I like the fact that, they're on a desert planet and that he's playing we'll say Marshal, but he was like the sheriff.
The sheriff of the town.
Of the town. And,
right.
that was a really cool vibe, and that they bonded, pretty quick. I like the fact that they're going back with the Sand People, the Tusken Raiders,
Yeah,
like kind of thing. That was really cool too. And
I think Mando's bond or relationship between the Tusken Raiders was so cool when you think everybody's about to get eaten alive, and then he starts doing his language or whatever, and they all kind of come out of the corner, and he makes a like a kind of like a peace treaty. I think he uses that flamethrower in every single episode last season,
uh,
so now he's kind of probably bringing that back. But he did. He was like, "Yo, everybody, shut up. Let's get this dragon. That's the main thing we need to be focusing on."
okay, so there's some Easter eggs, like as far as the the toy, the old Boba Fett action figure,
Hmm.
how he leans over and he shoots the rocket.
Right.
Okay, a lot of people may or may not remember this, but the original Boba Fett action figure was recalled
Yeah.
because he shot a rocket
And it was too
out of
it,
his backpack and it was dangerous.
for
The kid
kids.
is a choking hazard.
Right. So if you actually find that character, it's extremely rare, and
Yeah.
I'm sure it's worth a bunch of money at this point.
That's the next thing I gotta find.
The OG Boba Fett
The OG
action
Boba
figure.
Fett that shoots rockets.
I think between Mando and him at the end, their relationship, it kind of seemed like they were like partners. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're going to kind of conquer this one dragon together at some point, but both of them using their jetpacks, they kind of did like their cool shooting scene together. It was really cool. I like the bond and the kind of chemistry between the two.
I enjoyed it. I think I watched it, like you said, like 2.5 or 3 times.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot. I'm trying to see what's going to happen going forward. Right at the end of the episode, we get the reveal. They kind of pull a bait and switch on us.
That was crazy.
The Marshal's wearing the armor. Oh, there is no Boba Fett. He just found his armor, and then
maskless Boba Fett.
we see a maskless Boba Fett right at the end of the episode.
But so
Spoiler.
right. Do you think it could be another clone? I was thinking of Captain Rex.
I was just going to say,
It-
Tim that called in on the show last week,
Could be.
we spoke over the weekend, and he said, what if that's Rex, and it's another switch up that Boba Fett is revealed later on?
Yeah.
But then
It could be. That's just.
It's
It's a shot.
possible.
It's a shot, and
It
it's
is
a reach,
possible.
but it is very possible. I think. What is it? The ones. There's 2 other clones that didn't switch over.
I think there's 2, yeah.
It'd be interesting. I mean, with the aging and all that kind of stuff. This one looks like he's been living on this planet without his armor, and he just got. He's been beat up for a while. The scars are crazy. So I'm interested to see how they pull it. It'd be really cool.
Well, I mean, the first episode didn't disappoint.
No,
We're
not at
looking,
all.
looking forward to this season going forward, and you know that we're going to be talking about Mandalorian every week.
Easy.
It's been a lot of fun, and we're really enjoying it.
I think so too.
We didn't get to talk a whole lot last week about comics.
No.
And new comics and the stuff that we've been keeping up on. Seems like week to week, it's like a weekly Ten of Swords update,
Mm-hmm.
and we're back with that this week,
Absolutely.
talking about Ten of Swords. Picking up, we're basically past the halfway mark of this 22-part story that we're
at 12,
getting.
12,
I
13?
think it's 12, 13, maybe it's 12, 13, and 14. I don't know. Some of them are behind me over here. I don't know where we're at. I think we're at 12 or 13.
Yeah.
But we had Stasis last week.
Which was awesome. It was really cool. You get to see the Arakan side of things. The swords are really cool and named different. I think the majority of them are mutants on the Arakan side. There's a couple that aren't, the champions or whatever. But I think breezing through that, afterwards in the next issue, when you kind of see I don't want to call it like a face-off, but I guess everybody's kind of measuring each other up. I forget the one on the Arakan side who has her power is she can't lose. So it's kind of like Domino with the luck factor or whatever.
Yeah.
But it's cool. Gorgon and Magic are having like a little stare down with her. And they ask her what side is she favored with, or they're trying to kind of get little tactics, and they drop both of their wine glasses at one time, and she catches them both without spilling a drop at the same time. So they're like, okay, she can use both. I can't favor it. So she tests them the same way and drops she makes them drop their glasses. Magic opens up a portal. It goes through the portal. She catches them, or Gorgon catches the other one. No spillage, just to kind of do like a slight flex, like, you're not the only one that's got something up their sleeve here. So I thought that was awesome. I think that was my favorite part, I think, this far.
I think where we're getting at, I mean, there felt like kind of a little bit of a lull, and now it's starting to pick back up. And that issue in particular, I think that was the last part was them sizing each other, like having the feast.
Yeah.
They're sizing each other up. I think that what we're getting is kind of like the equivalent of like a pregame show
Yeah.
that we're hyping it up
Mhm.
before a big fight or a big
Yeah.
game or something.
Absolutely.
That's what they were doing. They were there's going to be a lot of showdowns. I don't know if they're going to be trying to do this like by rounds or whatever, like
That's what I'm
like an
interested.
AVX type
Right.
of thing.
Is it like like what kind of tournament style is this? Is it 1 versus 1? Are they all going to be on the same field? Because I think
Is there going to be seating?
because I want tickets. I think Magic said to Cypher, like, hey, when everything pops off, stay by me, you know?
Right.
So are they all going to be on the same field? It's going to be pretty interesting to kind of see how this plays out.
Okay, so real quick, because we were talking about that there was the couple of weeks where we had the Hellions issue,
Mm-hmm.
and like it was kind of adding like some comedic relief to it,
Yeah.
whatever in the story.
Sinister and whatnot.
Yeah, it didn't even dawn on me until way after the fact that I was like reading some of them like in consecutive order, that Hellions was meant to be that because they can't have an actual champion. Those guys can't qualify to be a champion, so they're just kind of like going there to kind of crash the party
That makes sense.
to see if one of them can end up with one of the swords.
Right. That makes sense.
And that makes it like funny to me that they're just kind of like bumbling through it, like, well, we're involved because we're mutants.
Yes.
Like, so we're gonna go and show up and see what happens. But we're gonna try to crash the party.
Right. Crash the party. It's
basically.
like the wedding crashers of the party.
Yes, they're Wilson and Vince Vaughn just kind of crashing this event.
Right.
So I'm excited to see what's going to happen going forward, and I'm hoping that we're going to get more. I guess I want to see more action, and I want to actually see.
I want to see some
showdowns.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for. You kind of want to touch a little bit on Last Ronin. I couldn't get my copy of Last Ronin because of all this pre-order issue.
Right.
We have 120,000 pre-ordered issues of TMNT, The Last Ronin.
Right.
And I think less than 70,000 have actually been distributed.
That's crazy.
And it's an oversized issue.
Right.
So it doesn't ship really well.
Nope.
It's coming from Diamond distributors. So a lot of them are coming damaged.
That sucks.
So there's a lot of issues with that.
That sucks. I think the demand on a new Ninja Turtles comic was like skyrocketing. I think the idea of them playing with this storyline is perfect for the times. Briefly, there's a Last Ronin. There's a Ninja Turtle. We don't know who it is. His sash is black. He has every single one of the weapons, the size
Of all the brothers.
combined. So you're trying to figure out like, is it all of them are dead? Is this a new brother that we don't know about? He's extremely capable. This is kind of somewhat in the future. It's kind of like a dystopian-ish kind of future. The Foot Clan is not just some little rooftop ninjas anymore. They're like the cops of the area.
Right.
So there's robots all over the place. This dude sneaks in, takes out these cameras, takes out a couple of guards really easily. You end up finding that Shredder's grandson is behind the new whatever issue. I'm not going to go into it. Whatever the issue is, Shredder's grandson is behind it.
Right.
He doesn't get defeated, but he comes to a moment where he thinks that this is all over. I'm trying to, I guess, regain the respect and the honor of my brothers, and I can't do it by myself. And he goes to commit, what is it? When the samurais, I forget when it's Sekugai, I believe. I forget. He commits suicide by a samurai sword. Sekugai? I don't know. Anyway, yeah, Google that.
Samurai suicide.
Samurai suicide. Right as he is about to flatline, he passes out and is found by someone else in the vicinity. You later find out that it is someone of importance. There's a flashback, and you see all of the brothers together. And he says, "I miss my brothers. I miss my family." Seppuku. He was gonna end it all.
It was right on the tip of your tongue.
I almost had it.
No.
And you find out the reveal is awesome. It is someone involved, and I'm really excited to see where they take this series.
So it's a 5-issue miniseries.
Yeah.
It had a lot of delays because of everything that was going on with COVID. I think that this was originally going to be coming out in July or something. I think it was supposed to coincide with it whenever they do the delayed version of Free Comic Book Day. They were supposed to give people a preview
Right. I
of
remember
it,
you telling me something
and then
about
it
that.
was going to come out like shortly after that, and then
Hmm.
it got pushed back. And they've had all kinds of different issues with the issues being shipped.
Issues with the issues.
Yeah, multiple variants and just people not being able to get a hold of it. I pre-ordered a second printing so I could
Right.
actually read a physical copy, but I don't
Right.
know if that's going to be oversized too. It doesn't fit a normal bag and board, is what I've been told. So it's got all kinds of different problems. I mean,
Yeah, it
it's
seems like what they were doing was trying to get this out, and it kind of hit every single bump in the road. I
yeah,
think
it did.
with the story is awesome, the artwork is awesome. I think the idea between not taking this too far, don't make it such a long story, but just enough for you to dive into. Even for like the average reader, I think if you're trying to look for a cool comic to pick up and you're familiar with the Ninja Turtles, pick that up. It's
It's a
really
mini
awesome.
series.
Yeah,
It's not a huge commitment.
right.
5 issues and then you're done. You could probably even wait for the trade. We might have to wait for the trade
Yeah, you
to
might have
actually
to.
have a physical copy of it.
Right.
You know, um, that could be something potentially that we could see down the line as something as a part of a streaming service or maybe an animated version or something.
Yeah, that would
We
be
wanted
good.
to talk about something that's near and dear to our hearts because we watch a lot of stuff via the streaming visit via the Plus
Via the Plus.
and Hulu and Netflix.
Yeah.
And this kind of looks like HBO Max now. This kind of looks like the model that we're headed to
Yeah.
with regards to series and
Releasing movies.
releasing films. And we just kind of wanted to touch on that for a little bit about how it's going to affect the market.
Yeah, I mean, we've said this plenty of times. There's certain movies that you want to see. There's no way I want to watch Avengers Endgame in my living room. You know what I mean?
Absolutely not.
There's certain movies that you have to see in a crowded place with a bunch of fans and get everybody's reaction. I think I would have to pay the $20 to go see or to rent the movie of my choice if they do play out this way. It sucks that we can't just go to the movies. You know
I
what I
know.
mean? And a lot of people, I think, they're afraid to release their movies because there's millions and millions and millions put into all these films. Uh, where's it going? You know what I mean?
We're gonna be able to rent a movie theater out and then like bring our DVD and watch it
For a
or
hundred bucks,
something.
you can rent out an AMC, but they're not playing anything good at the time.
Can you imagine watching that scene in Endgame on your couch
No,
with no one around,
no, I don't want to.
just like your dog asleep on the floor?
Dude, that's what I said.
You're
If
watching the end of Endgame like
no,
that,
no, not even that. Cap gets the hammer, and you're like
dude.
by yourself. No one's there to share that with you. Your neighbors are pissed because you're screaming.
I think when he did that, when he got Mjolnir, when he stuck his hand out and he got it, I think I yelled.
I definitely yelled.
I think I might have screamed,
I probably screamed.
dude. You're gonna do that on the couch?
No, and I mean,
People are
there's
gonna check on you if you're sitting on your couch and you're screaming like that. But I
there's
mean,
the cool moments of you being able to kick it at the house, turn on a movie, you're in your own atmosphere and all that kind of stuff.
plus and chill.
Plus and chill, you know what I
Sure.
mean? I get it. It's cool, but there's certain movies that it just won't work. And I think it's unfortunate that uh Wonder Woman is now not a Thanksgiving movie, it's Christmas now.
And it probably won't even come out then.
No. I think it's gotten more delays than New Mutants at this point.
They could really cash in with all the movies that have been released because they're just kind of waiting.
Oh yeah.
They have a bunch of stuff in the tank.
Mhm.
Like I'm talking about different movie companies
Yeah, yeah.
where they could just say the week before Christmas and the week after New Year's, we're just going to put stuff out.
Yeah.
And you would just the movie theaters would explode.
Yeah, lines,
just
people would be flooded. I mean,
dude,
The Matrix 4 and John Wick 4 are supposed to come out on the same time,
right.
same day, whether it be like one after another.
I think they're supposed to come out at the same time, same month.
If they were connected by any way, that would be really cool.
That'd be pretty nuts.
Like imagine John Wick is a form of the One in some different type of Matrix.
That would be crazy.
I don't know.
I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see what happens with this.
It's going to
But-
be a long time. I think the grind of waiting and seeing what's going to get put out, and I guess even on their side, seeing what test subject would be the one to go with. I think Black Widow would be good to kind of see if people would go out to see.
Would you go see it? I mean, if you're saying like
At this
The-
point,
at this point, I would. But I mean, I'm saying if that's gonna be they're like, all right, we're going to open the theaters. They're going to give people ample notice that the theaters are opening back up, because I mean, right now most theater chains are closed.
Right.
So they're going to say, we're going to reopen in 2 weeks. If everybody feels safe, they come out. We're going to start showing this movie. The problem is that there's not that many movies to see, and they said that was one of the issues when they had New Mutants or Tenet or like other stuff that came out when it did in August.
Right.
There wasn't anything to watch.
Yeah.
Besides those 2 movies. So then after you go to the movies, I saw Tenet like 3 times in the theater.
Yeah, I saw Tenet twice.
So I mean, after that, what are you gonna go? What are you gonna go see?
Yeah.
There's nothing else to. What you're gonna see, like a rom-com? They're not putting out any big budget romantic comedies for you and I to go watch together.
It was really cool when they were releasing like all old Star Wars, and then like all the old
Back to the Future.
Back
They
to the
did
Future was
Ghostbusters, Jaws,
right. That's
stuff
cool.
like that.
But
why not do that? You know, and
but after a week though, after you've seen all of
then
them,
you don't care.
Right. So I think it's interesting. The times are changing. What we're moving into is going to be a completely different era. I think it does suck. It has its minimal pros. There's more cons, in my opinion.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sick of stuff getting delayed. You know, I want to see stuff on Disney Plus. I want to get all of our Avengers shows. It's definitely messing up the timeline. You know, but I think times have changed. This is what we're doing. This is what we're going through.
This is where we're at. Yeah, I mean, there's no easy answer. I mean, we're just it's like this is where we are right now. This is the world we live in. You know, we're gonna wait for election results for like the next couple of months.
Yeah, hopefully.
So let's see what happens. Want to talk a little bit about the news. We're gonna talk about new news, some stuff that's going on right now in the world of comics and movies and series.
Yeah.
We heard that Loki has not yet begun production.
Already signed for a season 2.
Already they want to lock Hiddleston up, man.
For sure.
They don't want him going anywhere.
I think he's probably one of my favorite characters that have come out of the whole Marvel Cinematic Universe.
He's great as Loki.
Yeah, he's amazing. There's certain characters.
He's
like,
a nut. He's great.
Everybody says, you know, like Ryan Reynolds should be Deadpool. Captain America was definitely the perfect fit.
No matter what.
I think Loki was perfect.
He is.
What was it in the Matt Damon like what was it? What Thor? I can't think of the movie that it
Ragnarok?
Was it Ragnarok when he was dressed up as Thor? That was awesome.
The other Hemsworth brother was playing Thor.
Thor.
Yeah.
Oh, the real quick going back to Mandalorian. I'm thinking of like cosplay and like cameos. John Leguizamo was the guy in the ring that Mando first got into it with. The owner that was like, I'm going to take your armor.
Oh, and he tied him up?
Yeah.
Oh, really?
That's John Leguizamo.
Nice. It looks like him.
You could totally tell,
wait,
right?
It was makeup, though.
Right.
It wasn't him. Okay.
My bad.
Yeah.
That show had, even, you were talking about Easter eggs. The graffiti in the alleys was by David Cho, and he was one of the, like, roaring aliens. They painted him red and all that kind of stuff. He was another cameo in there. They had a bunch, and I think the cool thing about Mandalorian is they have enough money to have whoever they want step in for that little bit.
Absolutely.
And everybody is either going to be super stoked or not know who it is, and then have to see it later.
Because they like recognize the voice or something.
Right.
They'll say, "Was that?"
Right.
Yeah, that's cool.
I'm sorry to get off track.
No, it's okay. No, that's good stuff. We could probably just have talked about Mandalorian for an hour. We'd have been okay.
Easy.
Yeah.
And I think at the end, we should do a giveaway of who can pick out the most cameos in each episode.
Okay. I like that.
And that's like that'll be like, that's some work. So I would say we'll do a good comic for one.
A nice giveaway.
Yeah.
We'll give away a bunch of Rob's comics for that.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that idea. That's a great idea, Sonny. We want to talk about this is not all the news is good news. We want to talk about passing of Sean Connery over the weekend as well.
Another
iconic.
I mean,
like 90 years old. It's full life, man. I mean,
he had a great life.
James Bond.
That's who you think.
I mean, that was probably my favorite Bond.
Yeah, I really like our Bond right now, and I think moving forward, they're going to be doing some tributes to him. You know what I'm saying? For sure.
Oh yeah. Before this, whenever this comes out, and whatever platform it comes out in,
it's another one.
There's going to be some type of tribute to Sean Connery. But I mean, just
This year's been
fantastic
rough
actor. It has been.
with Chadwick Boseman and everything. It's been rough.
This has been a brutal year. Just
It's almost over.
it's almost over all the way around, but it's been a brutal year.
Good news though, Daredevil might, or he's available. He might have something to do with this new Spider-Man. Possibly could pull up.
With all the stuff they're talking about, with what they're going to try to do with the next Spider-Man movie,
Right.
this movie is going to be 7 hours long.
Well, we're
With
talking.
all the people that they want to tie into it and include in it, and I'm for it.
I'm
if they're going
here
to
for
get
it.
Charlie Cox involved, he's fantastic.
Yeah, he's a
as
really
Matt
good,
Murdock / Daredevil. He's
awesome
great.
Daredevil.
So if that's what's going to happen, then I'm about it.
So for me, if that even gets talked about, and if it even gets optioned, that means we can get Punisher in the MCU by John Bernthal. He's
Oh my gosh.
the man. I think he's another character that fits completely perfect with his role.
Oh well, even if they get the guy's name's I can't remember the guy's name. The guy who played Kingpin.
Yeah, I forget his name
I
too.
can't remember his name.
He was awesome.
He did great.
When he put on the white suit for the first time,
Dude.
I was like, it's money. It's perfect. And they did a
Dude.
really good job. I was really surprised how everything kind of ended up working out with Netflix and all the series. Defenders wasn't that great.
He wasn't.
That's my fear of putting too many important people in one kind of thing. I mean, Avengers did it perfectly, but for the series thing, I didn't think that worked out.
It didn't. I mean, and again, there's so many different directions they can go in. Is this Spider-Man movie going to be the last one before they start to go into this whole Sony verse, Spider-Verse,
Mm-hmm.
and start making all of these other Venom films?
Yep.
And is there going to be a Silver Sable or Black Cat film?
Yep.
We could get a Craven movie potentially.
Spider-Gwen, I
Spider
think,
Gwen,
was something talked
Silk.
Yep.
There could be a Silk film. I mean,
doing a
there's
live
all
action
kinds of options for this.
a live action Spider-Verse one would cost so much money but would be awesome. But is that even an option now that they wouldn't make the same money putting that out?
I was just going to say that. You know how much money they had spent in making Endgame because of all the contracts that they had.
Yeah. Robert Downey Jr.'s contract was enough to make one full Marvel movie.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm sure the number was staggering, but that's what I heard, that his contract alone just to play Iron Man within the two films, you could make and produce a full Marvel film itself.
That's crazy.
You know? And it's crazy how DC hasn't found a character like that yet. You know what I mean? Like, I love Henry Cavill as Superman. He's awesome, but they need somebody over there to get it together.
Henry Cavill, by the way, won't be involved in the Justice League reshoots because he's working on the second season of The Witcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
because he's not going to superimpose his mustache or whatever he's doing. I don't know.
No, he doesn't have a mustache in that.
He doesn't?
No.
Oh, okay.
That was
I only saw the first episode of
Mission
Witcher.
Impossible.
Did he have a mustache in Superman? I'm just kidding. I know he didn't.
Definitely had a mustache in Superman. They just CG'd it out.
Nah, that's right. Digital.
Speaking of superpowered beings,
that's right.
We were talking about doing a maybe a top 10 Marvel, top 10 DC characters, villains, all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We wanted to talk a little bit about our personal favorites, mutant-wise.
Yeah.
Top 5 maybe.
Sounds good to me.
I think we spoke a little bit about it earlier. We kind of have a similar.
It's like we have the same kind of group of characters, but I think our orders are kind of all.
So I think number one has always been Nightcrawler for me.
Okay.
The newer movie where it shows the dimensions that he travels when he goes and grabs Professor X.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny, you know what scene I'm talking about. That was one of the craziest scenes ever. So Nightcrawler up top for me. Gambit. I want to say I don't know if it's in order.
Okay.
But Gambit. He's always been my favorite. Character design in the OG X-Men cartoon. It was so sick, and I think him being like a New Orleans kind of it's kind of sketchy card player kind of guy, but he has immense powers, and we'll go into that. I actually would like to talk about maybe Omega level mutants or something like that, because he has something involved a little bit with that too.
Yeah.
Where are we at? 2. Deadpool.
Sure.
Clearly. I would say Cable.
All right.
And Rogue.
I like that.
Rogue was always someone that could either be in any type of situation and either take a power for a long time. She was able to store and reuse the powers, like she was able to fly all the time. Um, in the movies, it was a little hard to kind of get into her. The character wasn't who you see in the comics, but eventually, I'm sure they'll figure that out. So I think, that's roughly my list.
Okay, so I have Nightcrawler on my list, but I probably would have Nightcrawler fifth on my list as
Okay.
far as my favorite, I guess, like list. Like number four would probably be either.
Oh,
Go ahead.
you were gonna say Magneto. I already know you're gonna say Magneto, and Magneto's up there. Honorable mention.
Yeah, Magneto. Magneto would be definitely in there, but I think either Wolverine or Deadpool would probably be fourth for
Yeah.
me. I obviously I like the fact that Wolverine is always in this situation. It seems that the best storytelling that they do with Wolverine, whether it's in a film or in the comics, um, is always when he's on his own.
Yeah. Back up against the wall.
Dude,
Lone
it
wolf.
it's great.
I agree.
Um, Deadpool. There's never been a guy more fit to be cast as Deadpool than Ryan Reynolds.
No.
And now, whenever I read, this is the kind of impact he has on the role. Is that when you read
In the head,
Deadpool
you hear it in
in
the
a
voice.
comic, you're thinking that it's Ryan Reynolds talking.
Right. Absolutely.
It's changed it forever. I don't always feel that way about Wolverine
No.
with Jackman. Not always. Sometimes, but not always.
I definitely relate his character to Jackman. I think after Logan that was huge. It was a great way to end. I don't know how and who they're gonna recast for a new Wolverine.
There's been all kinds of different rumors.
I don't know what direction they could go, and I don't even want to think about it because that would take way too long. But I think you only did like 4.
I think I get like 3 or 4. We got 2 more. The top 2 are the heavy hitters, I guess, for
Okay.
me. Number 2 is
What you got?
probably Jean Grey, Phoenix.
Yeah.
Obviously, she's just ridiculous. Just how she wipes out
Overpowered.
groups.
Absolutely.
She's so overpowering. And Magneto,
Yeah.
because he's lived not centuries, but decades,
Mhm.
and he's just he's so powerful, so manipulative. His strongest weapon, I mean, not even just the control over the metal, is just his mind. He's incredibly dangerous,
Incredibly.
and
dangerous.
I just think that Magneto's a great character, and I think Fassbender was a great Magneto.
100%.
Yeah, that'd probably be my list. And it's like I didn't plan on topping the list with a villain, but
Well,
yeah,
no, we said
there you go.
we should have said good or bad or mixed. But I think with this giveaway, let's do top 5. Do you want to say X-Men or do you want to say let's get deep?
It can be X-Men. You want to make sure that you're putting in the comment that you're giving a list of X-Men for
Right.
you to qualify.
Correct.
Or
Like
you
and
can just-
subscribe.
Yes,
Of
we want you
course.
to like, subscribe, and comment. And in the comment, we want you to put your top 5 favorite X-Men.
Yeah.
Or you can put top 5 favorite mutants.
Okay.
And just give us your reason as why those would be your top 5.
Yeah.
And you're going to win this Jenny Friesen.
Jealous.
It's a Virgin variant. I got one for you.
I know.
I got one. You can have this one if you
No.
want. Okay. I'll give them Rob's. This is the Jenny Friesen. Something is killing the children. Virgin variant. Jenny Friesen. I mean, after Peach Momoko, I would say it's Middleton and Friesen. I mean, their covers are ridiculous.
Yeah.
Jenny Friesen did a variant for Thor that came out this past week that is crazy.
Nice.
But that's what you guys are gonna win.
Sweet.
Just make sure that you fill out the comment, you like and subscribe, and you're gonna have that
Sent
delivered
out.
to your house. So send it over to you. Rob's gonna drive it over to your house.
He's gonna be so pissed.
Help us out, Rob. You're gonna deliver some comic books for us.
Well, no, I mean honestly, with all the comics that are gonna need to be gone through within the next couple months, we'll be fine.
We're
We're gonna be finding some gold.
We're gonna get to that. That's, oh my goodness. Okay. Want to talk about New Comic Book Day.
Okay.
Some newer items. We had Batman 102 come out this week. Obviously, we touched on the Ten of Swords.
Yep.
But I wanted to mention a new project that's going to be a 6-issue miniseries. It came out this past week. It's called Origins.
Oh yeah.
It's about
It's in the
this.
back.
It's in the
It's over there in
futuristic.
the corner.
It is in the
Mm-hmm.
corner over there.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's back here, I think,
That
behind my big head. Um, Origins basically is it's set in the future.
right.
There's you saw the artwork. We get kind of flip through it a little
Mm-hmm.
bit.
It's awesome.
Story's really cool. This was originally projected, I think, to be or planned out to be a graphic novel.
Okay.
And because of everything that happened with COVID, I think the same thing happened with Wind, that James Tinian miniseries.
Mm-hmm.
They were supposed to be originally planned as graphic novels. They spread these out as a miniseries. It's basically the last humans on Earth,
Okay.
and it's very they're being kind of hunted in a sense,
Mm.
and the people can tell as anything like these whatever these beings are. They get to tell if they're out of place,
They're not
and
supposed to be there.
this woman has raised this kid, and it's kind of it's cool. I mean,
I was gonna say
I'm gonna let you check it out. I'm
let
not
me
gonna.
let me get into that a
I
little
don't want
bit.
to. I don't want to give too much away. I'm gonna give it to Sonny to check out. But I really enjoyed it. It's a 6-issue miniseries. We're talking
Nice.
about stuff that you don't have a big commitment to it.
Right. You can
You
hop
could.
in. You can devote a couple. I mean, even if you wait, it's kind of like waiting for a couple episodes for something to come out and then just binging through them. You know what I
Yep.
mean? That's kind of like the best way to do it. Grab a couple of these issues. 6 is nothing like 21 or anything
Absolutely not.
like
It's
death
not.
metal.
It's not ambitious like all the tie-ins that we have for Death Metal
Right.
or all the mutant titles that we have for Ten of Swords.
Right.
Like 22
Right.
parts to that.
Exactly.
It's not as ambitious. It's a mini series. It's really enjoyable. By the way, if you get a chance to check out Wind, they just picked up an option. They're going to renew it for another mini series. It's going to be another run
Nice.
of 5 issues
Nice.
of Wind sometime next year, like in March or April. I think
Sweet.
they're going to do another 5-part mini series of that. That was really, I enjoyed it.
I think Boom is doing really well with coming out with these little stories and ideas that Netflix could easily pay, and you'd get
Oh yeah.
awesome shows out of all of these.
Oh, without a doubt.
So I think we'll be seeing that in the future.
I think so too. So we wanted to talk about this past week, or last week. Rob had contacted me and was talking to Sonny about this, what had been going on. We are going back and forth about purchasing a comic book collection.
Yep.
And Rob said it's a lot of books. It's a lot of books from the 90s. He said, I think it's like 7,000 or 8,000 books,
It's a lot.
something like that.
It's a lot.
And I said, okay, well, what's the price? What is he looking? He says about $1,500. Okay. So I gotta like sit up.
Yeah, you're
check
like,
that.
let me get ready for
So,
this.
so he says $1,500, and I said, well, let's go look. And met Rob after work. I went over there. We looked at the collection. Long story short, you guys will be hearing about this for a couple of weeks. I mean, maybe months. We don't know.
I think so too.
But we went over there. We looked at the collection. It wasn't like 7. It's like 8,000 books. It's over 8,000 books. Okay. Long story short, the guy was from back east. He owned a comic book shop. He shut the comic book shop down a couple years back. Moved to Vegas. His brother or brother-in-law took about a quarter of the inventory.
Wow.
And he moved to Florida. And he brought the equivalent of, I think I showed you some of the pictures. We'll post some pictures up on our Instagram or something later on. You can see some of the pictures. Or if you watched our story a couple days ago.
Yeah, there was some up.
There's pictures of it. It's the equivalent of like 30 long boxes is basically what this was. And
For
just
anybody that doesn't know, that's a lot of comics.
it's a lot of comics. I want to give you just a comparison. In my bedroom right now, I have about 27 short boxes and 5 long boxes. I don't have a bed. No, I sleep on a stack of comic books. Yes, but that's a lot of boxes. This is like his garage is like full. Okay, so long story short, bought the collection. We're
Boom.
picking up the collection tomorrow, and now for the next however long
Months.
Sonny is going to be involved.
I'll help. I gotta help.
Sonny's going to be involved. I'll help.
We gotta rebag. We gotta rebox. We gotta do a lot of stuff. It's definitely homework.
It's a lot, but it's exciting. And I mean, this is gonna be a fun project.
Yeah. So look out. We're definitely gonna be having some pictures up on the gram for some stuff in the future.
Yeah, and I mean, there's like multiple sets, and prints and runs of stuff. So it's gonna be fun. There's some Spawn in there. There's some Batman in there. There's some Uncanny X-Men in there. X Factor. There's a lot.
Sweet.
I mean, we bought a comic book store.
Yeah.
I mean, we bought a comic book store's inventory.
Pretty much. Yeah. That
pretty much. Yeah.
I'm stoked.
That's the most comic books I've bought in one time.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah.
I could believe that.
That was crazy. Yeah. So we'll give you guys updates as we move along in the next few weeks on that.
Yeah, for sure.
What are you looking forward to reading coming up in the next couple of weeks?
Well, I have Origins as my homework. Clearly something's killing the children.
Yeah.
I think my main focus is probably going to be getting on everything The Last Ronin.
Yeah.
I'm stuck. I think with something like that, it brings back definitely nostalgic, but I don't know, man. It's a twist on someone making something for a different generation. I mean, it's definitely it's a little bit more gritty. It's definitely a little bit more violent. You still get the pizza and you still get all the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles vibes from it, but I think for me that's what I'm most stoked for.
I like that you mentioned the pizza.
You can't mention
pizza.
Ninja Turtles without the pizza, man.
You can't.
You can't. What about you?
I'm excited. I'm excited to read Ronin when I actually physically get a copy of it in my hand.
7 months from now.
7 months from now. I'm excited to read that. As far as like what I'm gonna be reading tonight, I got the 3rd issue of Spy Island.
Oh yeah, you mentioned that.
I got that. I really enjoyed it.
That's cool.
It's I mean, I've told you guys a little bit about it. It's a vacation destination that intersects with the Bermuda Triangle. And there's just like a bunch of like bizarre things happening on this island. This woman is investigating. She gets her sister involved. It's pretty crazy.
And they have like little advertisements for like inside their world.
They have they have advertisements for like it's like a travel brochure.
Right.
And then they're talking about like creatures and tornadoes and everything else, like listing it like in the bullet points of like why you would go to the Bermuda Triangle,
right,
or something. Like it's just ridiculous.
And they have really cool stuff. I mean, the artwork's awesome too.
Yeah.
What was it? I think there was like a sunscreen ad or something on there.
They have a sunscreen ad that like they're talking about you put on this sunscreen and like it wards off spirits.
So like
stuff.
Should I be going to this island?
It's crazy, dude.
I think
it's crazy.
3 in, you said?
It's the 3rd issue. There's only 4 parts.
Okay.
But I think it's going to get, renewed for something else. So I'm excited to read that because it's like it's different. We read a lot of superhero stuff.
Yeah, and to have a kind of like a refresh.
It's nice to have like a little break, a different pace to something that we're reading.
I think by the time we are all home from the studio, we have Mandalorian episode 2.
That's going to happen tonight. Hopefully I stay up this week. I was so tired. I fell asleep like half an hour before it started. And then I woke up around 3:00 in the morning and I watched it.
You're like, all right, I'll watch it now.
Yeah, but it was worth it.
I think this episode's a little shorter than the premiere. What are they, like 45, 50-minute episodes?
Yeah, and they're in that range. This was going to be one of the longer episodes. I think the finale is going to be a little bit longer.
Okay.
So
I'm excited. We got some good stuff this week.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. Guys, again, we just want to say thank you to checking out our live episode last week. We really do appreciate it.
Yes, we do.
And you're looking forward to, you're not going to wait that long. We're going to have another live episode in 2 more weeks.
Yep.
I don't know if we're going to have everybody in costume, but we will have people in the studio.
People will be in the studio.
Sonny will be in costume. I don't know about the rest of the people. But we're looking forward to that next week. So we hope that you guys tune in.
Yes.
In 2 weeks for the live episode. Next week, we'll be having more Mandalorian news.
Absolutely.
And we'll be going over some more new comics and whatever's going to be happening in the world of comic books. So.
Absolutely. Thanks for all the love, guys. We appreciate you, as always. I was going to say, no, you do it.
I was going to say, wash your damn hands. No, I was going to say, go read some comics.
Wash them damn hands, Playboy.
Yeah.
Later, guys. Thank you.
I was going to do this.